So AWS is known as Amazon Web Services. So that is a cloud platform which provide you everything like related to the deployment. Okay, whatever deployment you want to do, that it will provide you. Development of applications. Okay, like all the services, whatever comes in your mind, that you can check in this AWS. See, this is the these are the services provided by AWS. There you can see it is having analytics, application integration, augmented reality, virtual reality, cost management, blockchain, everything you can find. See, compute service are there, databases, developer tools, front end and web mobile development, game development, IoT, machine learning, media centers, networking, quantum technologies, robotics, everything is there in AWS. There you will find security storage as well. Satellite, like multiple options are available. So AWS ideally divided in two parts. First is for admin related guys. Second is for our developer. So for like what is this admin related guys? Admin related guys are responsible to set up everything. For like anyone those who are not aware of AWS or those who are not aware of the like some other stuff related to the networking, okay, operating systems, anything, whatever we can say, like security setups, everything these people can do. What developer can do, they can deploy their applications, they can test their applications, monitor those applications based on some tools which are provided, like the Kubernetes will have, Docker will have, these types of things. So what should be the first step? Like once you'll enter to this AWS world, so what should be the first step? First step, you should know how to create a machine that is a virtual machine. So how we can create any virtual machine? To create a virtual machine, we'll have like inside this compute option, you will find that you'll have the option which is known as EC2. So EC2 is known as Elastic Computing Second Environment. Right there, you can develop your virtual machine. So what type of virtual machines we can create? Virtual machines we can create that is on Windows based, okay, Linux based, Ubuntu based, any operating system, whatever comes in your mind, supported by the AWS. So we can check. See, this is the, you can say dashboard, EC2 dashboard, where we'll have instance running in 0, Elastic IP 0, key pair, I'll have one key pair already, placement group, snapshot, dedicated host instance, load balancer, security group, and all. So we are going to discuss these topics step by step. So let me click on the instance. See, on the left hand side, you will find that we'll have some other sections, which are load balancer. Okay, that is already there, and something which is auto scaling. So we are going to implement that sections as well. So this is instance. Now, how you can launch an instance? To launch an instance, what we require? Okay, see, right now you can see that there is no instance. This is the filter section. Let me remove this. So now you will find, see, you do not have any running instance in this reason. Reason is what? See, AWS have some availability zones. So those availability zones are the specific reason, AZ. So we'll see, they'll have multiple availability zones. You can check there. You just need to click on this drop down menu and that will load it all the reasons, whatever like provided by the AWS. So you can see that this is in US East, North Virginia. Okay, we'll have US West, we'll have Africa, okay, Hong Kong, like that. That is a Asia related location. Okay, in Canada, this one, this is Europe, and this Middle East, and finally South America. So these all are the reasons where these all are, see, the availability zones where data can be deployed. All availability zones have some subnets based on the network related setup. Now let me click on the launch instance. This should be the first option. Now how you can launch your instance? See, there it is asking for the name. This is again optional thing, so we are not going with that. Now, what type of machine you want to launch? See, this is a Linux, Mac, Ubuntu, Windows. So we are going to launch a Linux based machine. This is the setup. Okay, this will be the AMI, that is known as Amazon Machine Image. So what type of image you want? Now see the architecture of this image and some other setup which is known as like how many CPU you want, how many RAMs you want, okay, what type of families. In AWS, we'll have like CPU related family. Let me tell you. See, like when you are going to launch any machine, so what are the options? First is operating system, second is RAM, third is ROM, right? And we'll have CPU, yeah, of course, required CPU, RAM, ROM is there, then some login password, and we'll have some networking setup as well. So that is visible in one, like in one screen only. You can click on this drop down menu, and with this drop down menu, you can go with any respective type. Like see, in this type T2 Nano, they are providing us like one CPU, 0.5 GB of memory, like that option, right? Multiple other options are there. Like there you can see that in small, one CPU, 2 GB of RAM. Like once you will see, we'll have like this as a drop down menu. There you can select any machine and accordingly you need to pay the cost. You can see the costing there, right? Like for the T3 family, this much with the cost. And if you scroll down, you'll find, see, 32 GB memory is there. Let me go down. There I'll find 60 GB memory is there. So that's totally depend upon you. 192 GB. Okay. Again, see, let me go down 1 second. Let me show you guys. Okay. Okay. 384 GB. Okay. So see, like that is depend upon your requirement. Now I'm going with a free tier. See, now this is a key pair. Key pair is what? This is something known as a login password. I had already created one key pair on my system. Okay, this is with the name of Dell AWS. What you can do, you can create your key pair if required. This is the button. Okay, with that you can create your key pair. You can download it in your system, and after that you can use it. So let me go with this key pair only. These are the network settings. See, these network setting required a security group. It means that we're going to create a new security group for me. Okay, and if I want to select from the existing security group, so I can select on this option box, right? How we can create a security group, that we are going to check after this. Okay, and this is the storage. By default, we are getting this 8 GB of RAM. This is the minimum RAM for Linux-based operating system. Things looks fine. Now let me click on launch instance. So that instance is going to launch in a couple of minutes. So let me click on the view all instance. So you can find, see, that will loaded in this screen, and there you can see that is still instance is status pending. So we need to wait for it to be in running state, right? And see, there you can see that that is having an instance ID, right? That this is the same ID which is showing there. We'll have two type of IP. First is a public IP, guys, and second is a private IP. Public IP and private. So you can go with any of the IP. Public IP is used to connect with the like any resources available on www. Private IP is most of the times your AWS account IP. That should be like 172.31.a.b, like this. Public IP, that varies. Okay, and based on this IP, we can connect our system. We can launch our machine or any operation, whatever we want, we can perform. Now it's in running state. That looks fine. We'll have more multiple options, so that we are going to check later. Now let me click on this connect button. So we'll have these three options. See, this will directly give us connectivity. We don't require any software like Putty or any other software. So I'm just going to click on that. Now it required a username. Ideally, it accepts only two username, either EC2 user or root. So let me go with EC2 user. Let me click on the connect. Now it will going to launch the Linux machine, my first Linux machine. See, this is the public IP. Okay, and that will going to launch. 1 second. Yeah, there. This is the Linux machine which I'm having. Now there, what see? If you can see the bottom, so we'll have the public IP and then we have a private IP. Now, how can you perform login or other options? So in this case, we need to set up the password. So what is the command? That is sudo password root. This is the command for like admin option, sudo password root, enter. Okay, now it is asking for the password. I'm going to type a password. That password is not visible, guys, in Linux related environment. Fine. Now password is successfully updated. Now see how you can log into root user. The command is su. Su stands for super user. Now see, it is looking for the password. I'm just going to enter my password. And there you can see earlier that was EC2 user. Now it is root user. Right? Now, I just want to perform some operation. Like, see, I just want to configure a web server. So how can we configure or how can we install any software? So let me go and configure the web server. So I'm going to configure HTTPD. One second, let me check on the dashboard. Like, is there any changes? See, you can see that there is, one second, let me refresh it. Okay, so you will find that you will have an instance. Okay, there is a volume, right? Instance which is running one and instance is one. Like, see, we'll have multiple states. As I tell you, you can stop this, terminate this. Okay, we can put it on hibernate based on the requirement. So there is a volume. That volume you can also find on that side. See this one. This is an extra, like the root volume, not extra volume. This is a root volume. So there you'll find that this is 8 GB volume. Okay, and we'll get a IOPS related speeds. Everything is there, and that is in use. Right? Like, see what is the meaning of that in use? That it is associated with something. And if you want to like connect any external memory to this respective device, so you just need to check the reason. The reason is US West 2B. Like if you want to provide additional 2 GB space, so what you can do, or 1 GB space, anything. So you can provide, for example, I'm going with 2 GB space. Right. This is what required. I'm going with 2B because my instance is already in 2B. What is snapshot? That is a paid thing, okay, which is used for backup. Now let me click on create volume. So this volume is created. But if I'll check this, see, that is in the same section, perfect. So that is available because that is not associated with any instance. So what I need to do, I just need to attach to respective instance. So how can I do this? Let me click on action, and there we'll have an option which is known as attach volume. Let me click on that. So once I'll see, click my mouse, that will automatically load at this instance. And let me click on attach. Now in my instance, I have one more one. All right, so I'm going back to dashboard, and now I'm going back to my instance. So this is my instance, guys. Now I want to install a software. So how we can install a software? To install a software, you need to fire this command, yum install software name. So how can you do this? See, like for example, I'm just going to install yum install Java space 1.8. Looks fine. And I just press enter. So that is going for the installation. Now it is asking for option like YDN. Y stands for yes, D stands for download, and N stands for no. So if I click on yes, so Java will install on my system. It is installing. Fine. All right. Now I see. I just want to, like earlier, tell you that I want to install a web server, and I just want to check that is that web server is working or not. So how can I check this? See, this is my public IP. Let me copy this IP and paste it in another tab. Right. So I'm just going to paste it in another tab. One second, guys. Yeah, that looks fine. One second. And let me click enter. So see, this page will not load. I know. So I need to install a web server first. So how we can install that? Yum install httpd -y. So I'm like already giving a permission to install. So it will not ask like ydn, and that is installed. Now still see, you can see that what I'm getting in the backend, this site cannot be reached. Why? So first of all, I need to check the status. So how can we do this? Service httpd status. Let me check the status. So you'll find, see, this server is inactive on that. So I need to up this server. How can I do this? Service httpd start. That is started. Let me check again the status. So you'll find that this server is running, but still, see, the page is not loading. Why? Because in AWS, we have some option which is known as security groups. So what is the security groups? This security groups enable the like incoming and outgoing request. That is known as inbound and outbound rules. So inbound rules is by default, like if you launch any instance, or like this is a Linux based instance, so inbound is available for SSH, that is on port number 22, and outbound is by default enabled for all traffic, whatever be the traffic, that is enabled for all. So what I need to do, I need to add an additional inbound. So which inbound? Like say if I'm going to copy this and if I'm going to paste it in another tab, so what I'll find? See, I'll find HTTP. It means I need to enable this protocol. So how can I do this? See, let me go back to the security group. Let me check what is the respective security group. So see, you'll find that this is launch wizard 9. So let me click on that. Even we'll have inbound, outbound, both rules are available. Now there you'll find this is outbound rule. Let me show you the outbound rule first. So all traffic are enabled. Now if I'll go back to this inbound rule, so what I'll find, there I'll find that only SSH is enabled, that is on port 22. So what I need to do, I need to enable that for HTTP. See, because I'm accessing HTTP and HTTP is available on port 80. So let me click on this add rule. Let me type HTTP. This is what I'm expecting, right? And see that I need to enable for all the IP. This is what I want to enable it for all IPs 000/0. Right. Now let me click on save rule. This looks fine. Now let me go back and refresh this page. So what I'll get, test page. It means server is successfully installed on my system. Now what I want. Now I want to create a HTML page, okay, and test that how it's working. So how can I install it, guys? So to install it, first of all, I need to go through the respective folder. So see this at this point of time, I'm in this location. That is an EC2 user. So let me go back one step back. I'll type cd dot dot. Again, see now I'm at home location and now I'm at root location. Now I just want to check, like see in Windows we are having C drive. Inside that C drive we'll have a folder which is program files, right? Multiple options. Now there what I want, I just want to go to the this HTML related folder. So let me click on ls. ls will list out everything. And there I'll find a folder with the name var. So let me go inside that folder var. And let me click on ls again. So what I'll find, see www. This is the folder which is having like two folder in that. First is CGI bin and second is HTML. Let me show you. Now I want to create a file. See, let me check, like, do I have any file with the name 1.html in that? Not found. So I need to create this file. So how can I create it? So let me go back inside. Let me go to HTML folder. Now, how can we create anything on Linux? So in Linux, we are having two editors. Like say we are having multiple editors. First is Nano, second is Vim. One more is there. I don't remember right now. So I'm going to use this Nano. Okay, and vim editor as well. So in this case, I need to fire a command which is nano space file name, which is one dot html. Now this is the structure. There I'm just simply going to type h2 I from AWS, nothing else, because this will be an HTML page. So the basic like tag it can automatically read. Now how can I exit? I need to press Control X. And how can I save changes? Now I need to click on Y and then I need to press Enter. Right. Now let me go back and check. Is it available? Yes, that is available on web server. So this is how, I mean, how you can create an instance, how you can launch a web server, okay, and how you can launch other systems. Right. So this is about the introduction of AWS. That's it, guys. Thank you.